How is it going, YouTube? This is AA Ron here, bringing you guys Psbl Season 2 weekly update. This is going to be weekly, as I just said. My gosh, I have a really bad problem doing that. So what I'm doing right now, as you can see, I have all these tabs open of all 5 games that happened this week, and I'm going to go over them with you guys. And then at the end, I'm going to show you guys the league leaders and the matchups for next week. I thought of this a little too late. There's already been 2 matchups in week 2, but that's really not that big of a deal. The league leader is not updated yet for week 2, so I figured better late than never, right now. So let's just get into this. This is Team Eon versus Team Buildup. As you can see, Team Buildup has Cloister, Chandelure, Tapu Bulu, Porygon Z, Salamence, and Alolan Mach. While Team Eon has Entei, ignore that, I'm sorry about that, Entei, Garchomp, Kecleon, Primarina, Mew, and Cofagrigus. So let's just get into this. Let's go really fast. As we see Kecleon versus Cloister, Fake Out, obviously, that's what Kecleon is good for. Go for Toxic Spikes, Stealth Rocks, get the whole shebang over here. Knockoff, probably knockoff's Focus Sash, yep. Shell Smash, which is actually going to be very scary unless a Drain Punch comes out, and that actually takes out the Cloister. Now out comes Jenny, Dragon Claw, and a knockoff. So far, Charizard has a nice lead right now as Cofagrigus comes out. Earthquake, okay. Only does 22, but that poison is going to be racking up. That's going to be very dangerous for the Team Eon. And a Dragon Claw, come on. And a Rocky Helmet with a Will-O-Wisp, making the Salamence useless. Another Earthquake does not take out the Cofagrigus. Knockoff does not take out the Salamence, but Salamence is now at 11% and burned. Not looking good. Now, Entei comes in for free. Defog comes out, getting rid of the spikes and toxic spikes. That's probably helping Charizard's out a little bit more. I mean, yeah, sure, it's nice for the Chandelure, but... Oh, Kecleon comes back out on a Calm Mind. That's actually very scary. Takes out the Kecleon with a Flamethrower, which is very nice. And now out comes Garchomp. Earthquake takes out the Chandelure. Guess Garchomp did not have a Poison Jab, as a Bulk Out comes out for Bulky. Switches into Alolan Mach. Does not get the burn. Nice. Flame Charge. Worried that he's slower? Knockoff does a lot. Gets a crit on the Flamethrower. That is nice. But Entei gets taken down by Alolan Mach. And out comes Mew with his own Flamethrower. Interesting. Now Porygon Z will get the trick. Ooh, gives him the Toxic Orb, which is very nice. Good job on Porygon Z's part. Goes for a Dark Pulse, does a lot of damage, but at the same time he is now choiced into Dark Pulse, which he can easily go out in Primarina. Eat that Dark Pulse up very nicely. Goes right out into Bulky as he doubles into Garchomp. Poison Jab takes out the Tapu Bulu. And now out comes Porygon, the Poison Jab of his own, and Team Eon wins 3-0. Alright, so let's go over to the other match, which you guys have already seen if you've seen my channel. We led with Zebstrika as Crocodile comes out. Now comes Hitmontop. Try to get that Intimidate, but the crit happened. Crit mattered. Another Earthquake takes out our Hitmontop as we go out and Tapu Fini. And now we knew that there was going to be a switch, so we doubled into Zebstrika of Overheat, but the damn Shaman was Assault Vested. As the Earth Power takes out Zebstrika, already down 4-6. Suicune comes out on our Mega Absol's knockoff, getting rid of those leftovers. And now we go into Porygon, trace that pressure as he sets up Calm Minds, which is very scary. Should be fast. Scald, it will not burn. Tri Attack will not do anything. Scald again, no burn. Thunder Wave, gets it. Goes out in Tapu Fini to get that terrain up again so we don't get burned as he sets up the Calm Mind. And we're going to go right back into Porygon as he's going to hit Empower us, probably Poison. We're going to recover right now as he goes up for the Scald. Not a big deal. Tri Attack just to get Whittle this stupid thing down. Get the Parahax. Gets another 10% as the Calm Mind comes up. Another 7%. As the Scald comes out. Recover. Scald. I should probably put music on this one, shouldn't I? So we actually go for the Tri Attack. Again, right here we misplayed. We should have recovered because we live on 1%. And nice Ice Beam damage right there. As the Crocodile takes out Porygon too. Tapu Fini comes out. Takes out the... actually, no, excuse me. We're going to Calm Mind thinking that predicting a switch. And that, unfortunately, that means Crocodile can now have another Earthquake as we take out the Crocodile. And unfortunately, that means Neolego comes out and will literally sweep the team. Power Gem, Power Gem. Alright, so that means the Ultra Beasts win with an Ultra Beast. 5-0. Wow. So let's now go over to the Nido Queens and Kings versus the Dreth and Dragonites. This is a very interesting match. Mandy, out of everyone here, I think is the most experienced. I don't know about Big Tucker. I do not know about him, but we'll find out. So Mandy decides to lead out Zapdos as the Dragonite lead out Delphox. Shadow Ball, U-turn combination there. And out comes Virizion now. As he goes out into Aggron on the Stone Edge. Really risky if in case there was a close combat. And how comes Jellicent? Makes me think that the Virizion is banded or choiced in any way. But Jellicent comes in on the Avalanche. Nice prediction. As a Will-O-Wisp comes out. Nice prediction there. Goes out into Delphox. And a Psyshock comes in. 54% as a Recover comes out. Mandy sees that she cannot win this, so she switches out into Scizor, seeing that the Delphox is most likely Spexed. As Delphox switches into Aggron on the Scizor's U-turn, goes right back out into Jellicent, and he goes for a Scald that only does 18%. That is a bulky Aggron. As Aggron switches out into Vaporeon on the Scald to get that water absorbed. As a Will-O-Wisp comes out, misses unfortunately, but honestly as a Vaporeon that wouldn't really matter. And out comes Delphox on that Wish, which is very nice on Dragonite's part. A Grass Knot comes out and does massive damage to the Jellicent, and as a Scald does 52 to the Delphox. Forces him to switch into Zapdos. Now he's only at 38%, and his Grass Knot does 22%. Leftovers comes back to give it 23% as Vaporeon comes out on the Thunderbolt. I don't know what they were thinking there, but Vaporeon ate that up pretty nicely. As another Thunderbolt comes out, and Vaporeon still eats it, as Zapdos is just gaining that health back. And Vaporeon goes for a Protect on the Defog. That will not work there. And so Vaporeon is basically at full health. Defog now comes out, as the Scald also comes out, doing pretty good damage to Zapdos. It's sitting at 20%, as Zapdos is forced to U-turn here, and goes out into Virizion. The Scald comes out, only does 6%, but gets the burn on Virizion, which does suck tremendously, as a Dragon Rider is rubbing it in, really. It goes out into Aggron on the Jellicent's Recover, and Aggron is back to full health. 20 turns in, no death, as the burn finally comes in. Stealth Rocks comes out though, and that will take out the Zapdos next time it comes in. So now on comes a Taunt on the Vaporeon, forces to hard switch, and he goes right into Tapu Koko on the Skull. That does 39%, good damage there. And the Virizion comes out, as there comes Z Gigavolt Havoc. Razian does live it, but the burn takes it out, and the first death comes at turn 24. Now here comes Salazzle. Does not want to take any hits, so a Sludge Wave to Vaporeon only does 23%. As Salazzle's forced to switch back into that pesky Jellicent, and a Heal Bell comes out, healing Mega Aggron of the burn. Very good prep on the Dragonite's part. Vaporeon does get burned as well, but again, it's Vaporeon. It's only going to cancel out the leftovers. And now it goes right into Tapu Koko on the taunt, and Tapu Koko heals up to full as he switches into Zapdos, does die, and the Wild Charge does nothing, goes right on to Salazzle, but that Salazzle's now at 50%, and Vaporeon comes out again, that only does 25%. And Vaporeon is sitting at 64%, still pretty good. As Mega Gardevoir comes out, Wish comes out as well. I forgot to do a team recap. Well, you guys can all see. As the Protect comes out on the Psyshock. Oh, excuse me, that's not Mega? I thought they drafted Mega. Oh, it is Mega, okay. I guess she just forgot Mega Evolved. That's not a problem. Mega Aggron comes out, as now Jellicent comes out. Heavy Slam does still nothing. The Jellicent is very pesky on the Dragonites. As he goes right down into Tapu Koko, those risky switches, as a taunt comes out again. Interesting. As a Wild Charge comes out, takes out the pesky Jellicent, and that gives Aggron time, room to hit it. As Salazzle comes out again, another Sludge Wave. Vaporeon eats it up still. As he's going to switch out again into Gardevoir, as a Scald comes out, does 23% to Gardevoir. As Focus Blast does miss the Scrafty, which would have probably helped them out. Fake Out gives Gardevoir to 39, as Scizor comes out now. On the Fire Punch, nice prediction there by the Dragonites, and now it is 6-2. It can be very hard for the Nidokings to come back from this. Sludge Wave does not take out the Scrafty. Fire Punch takes out the Salazzle, and now it is 6-1. As Scrafty makes the smart decision of switching into Aggron, that does do 29%. A Focus Blast does miss, which is very unfortunate. Heavy Slam takes out the Gardevoir, and the Dragonites win 6-0. That is very impressive on their part. Let's go into the second to last match. Licky, excuse me. Mega Houndoom, Torkoal, Landorus, Clefable, and Hariyama versus Donphan, Milotic, Infernape, Hydreigon, Alakazam, this is Mega, I think, and Celesteela. So let's just go right into the match. Mega Alakazam comes out to Licky, and immediately switches into Milotic. Milotic has the Flame Orb on Licky's Wish. I don't know why that is. But a Scald comes out to Torkoal, eats that up pretty nicely because of the Sun, but gains it right back because of the Wish. So another Scald comes out, does 35%, as Stealthrox comes out for Torkoal. And the only Rack Spinner that they have is a Donphan. Another Scald comes out, gets the burn on Clefable, but as we can see, that thing is Magic Guard, so that does not matter. As Milotic is forced to switch into Clefable, Clefable uses Thunderbolt, only does 23, so that is a specially defensive Celesteela. Fearing the Heavy Slam, goes right out into Landers to intimidate them. Earthquake actually comes out, and they actually are Flying type, so that does not matter. And they are mixed Celesteela with Hidden Power Ice. Misses the Stone Edge, unfortunate, but they live on 2 on the and kill the Celesteela with a Stone Edge. So now out comes Hydreigon. Fearing the Scarf, he goes right out into Hariyama on the U-turn. Most likely Scarf, and Donphan comes out, will most likely Rapid Spin, but cannot this turn because of a Fake Out. And now he switches right into Landorus, gets the Intimidate up, as it is actually Tectonic Rage, which is unfortunate for them, but Ice Shard does take it out, but they wasted their Z move on a Landorus. Now out comes Torkoal on the Donphan. Now either forces switch, as a Lava Plume comes out, does 11% only to Milotic. As Torkoal switches out into Clefable, as we know, will take it out. We'll be able to wall this Clefable. And actually, it is not Magic Guard. I'm sorry, I missed that. Out comes a Moonblast that only does 20, but Scald only does 12. As Milotic recovers, and Clefable is going to set up and potentially win with this if they are lucky enough. As a Scald comes out, only does 9%, a Moonblast only does 28, and that special attack does drop, which is very unfortunate for the, what are they called? 64ers, excuse me. As another Moonlight comes out for Clefable, Scald only does 20% with a crit, which is very unfortunate. A Calm Mind there, and Clefable is sitting at very nice health against his team. Recover there from Milotic as a Moonblast comes out, does 36%, gets another special attack drop. And finally the sun is done, so maybe the Scald is going to do a little bit more. And here comes a Recover from Milotic as another Calm Mind comes out from my Clefable. Looks like it's going to win this 1v1. As another Moonblast comes out, it's slower for some reason, but it turns out to have Mirror Coat, and down goes Clefable. Nice job with the 64ers. As Mega Houndoom comes out, goes for the Dark Pulse, does not take out Milotic as it recovers, which is very unfortunate. As Mega Houndoom nasty plots, it goes for the Haze. Nice job there by the 64s to predict that. As another nasty plot comes out, Scald comes out, does 76%. As a Dark Pulse hits it, takes out the Milotic, and out comes Mega Alakazam. As they're going to Mega Evolve, get the trace the Solar Power, but Sucker Punch comes out, lives on 1%, and the Dazzling Gleam takes out the Mega Houndoom. Out comes Hariyama, goes for the Fake Out, takes out the Alakazam, and now out comes Hydreigon. Hydreigon will go for a Draco, eats that up at 46%. Cloak Combat does take out the Hydreigon, and they're sitting at 3-2 advantage, as Infernape now comes out, switches into Torkoal because that thing is physically defensive. Flare Blitz only does 34%, but now that is sitting at 32%. Misses the Gunk Shot, unfortunately, as the Lava Plume will hit and leave Infernape at 36. As Gunk Shot does take the core Torkoal to 5%, but Torkoal actually takes out Infernape, which is very impressive. Donphan takes out the Torkoal with an Earthquake, and now out comes Licky Licky. Earthquake only does 48, it's actually a lot. Toxic on the Donphan, and Donphan is now on a timer. Protect on Licky Licky to keep that toxic poison damage going up, as a Wish on Licky Licky for Donphan, as Licky Licky is just going to make sure that this Donphan dies to poison. Alright, now we're going to the last matchup, which is, I don't know, Ask Dark versus Team Speed Boost. I like the logo that they have right here. They have Type Null, Gligar, Terrakion, Thundurus, Alolan Ninetales, Fortress, versus Azazel, Spiritomb, what the frig, Skarmory, Rotomosh, Kyurem Black, and Emboar. So let's just get started with this. Azoth leads against Type Null. I love saying Type Null, I've never seen it before. As the taunt comes out on the U-turn, 47%, nice damage there to start it off, breaking the potential stub. Going to double again, as Azoth goes out into this thing. Steel Heart the Skarmory. As a U-turn comes out, breaking the sub, but it has leftovers, so it does not matter. And breaking the sturdy, not the sub, excuse me. As Fortress puts up Stealth Rocks of his own, Will-O-Wisp comes out to Fortress, as the spikes also come out, which is going to, as Taunt comes out for the Spiritomb. And finally they realize that, as they go for a Shadow Ball, and they're going to Rapid Spin to get rid of their own rocks, which actually does nothing because Ghost type. Type Null comes back out as a Will-O-Wisp, Type Null, and a Taunt comes out as well. They're really fearing what they're going to do, and it's actually Roar is what they're going to be doing. And now out comes a U-turn on Type Null on the Skarmory. As Thundurus now comes out, and Skarmory does not want to defog there, so they're going to go right back into Spiritomb. Does some damage with the hazards. It's 52% because of the Thunderbolt, and they're just going to take out the Rapid Spin blocker. And now out comes Kyurem Black, and that's going to force Thundurus to switch right into Fortress. on the Ice Beam, lives on 3%, but the burn will take it out. Now comes Terrakion, as forces the Kieran Black to switch out to Skarmory. On the close combat, that's going to do 37%, so they can easily eat up another one and go for a defog, which is exactly what they do. Now, Team I Don't Know Ask Dark does not have any hazard setters unless Gligar has it. As Home Claw comes out in Gligar, that's very interesting to see. Baton Pass into a Alolan Ninetales. Everyone is asking, what the heck is going on? Goes for Freeze Dry, does 50 to the Skarmory, and Skarmory switches out into Emboar. Blizzard comes out, does 37, that's a lot of damage right there. Switches into Gligar again on the Rock Tomb. It only does 11%, but does slow down Gligar, which is actually kind of fast, is a lot faster than what most people think. Now out comes Rotom Wash, back into the type Null. Doesn't know what he's going to do, goes for Hydro Pump, misses unfortunately, and type Null just goes for the U-turn. And out comes Ninetales again, obviously going to Freeze Dry right here, goes into Emboar again, that one's doing 24, and gets the freeze, which is very unfortunate. But they're going to play it safe, which is the right thing to do because they thought and went for a Flare Blitz, which does a lot of damage to the Gligar. Sitting at 28%, they're just going to Flare Blitz again, take out the Gligar, but that also takes out the Emboar. So now here comes Kieran Black onto Terrakion. Nice prediction by the I Don't Know Ask Dark. Forces them to switch into Azelf on the close combat, which does crit and kill. Now out comes Skarmory now, as he's going to go right into Type Null and on the Roost, which is very dangerous on that part, but nice prediction as well. So now out comes Stealth Rocks, as Type Null is going to U-turn right into Thundurus again, and they are going to do a massive damage to whatever switches in. They decide to stay in and get the Sturdy, which is very nice. Goes for the Roost, which is unfortunate on their part. If they went for an attacking move, they would have been in a better position. Now out comes Kyurem on the Thunderbolt, does 20%, and goes for Flash Cannon on Thundurus, but they predicted that, I guess, and they went for a Thunderbolt, as that makes me think that, that made me think that the Kyurem was choiced in some way. Goes right on into Skarmory, goes for Psychic on that, and then I thought that the Thunderwish was choice as well, but that changed the plan, as the Thunderbolt does take out the Skarmory. Now out comes Kyurem, as they're just going to go right on into Type Null on the Flash Cannon, predicting the Alolan Ninetales. Flash Cannon again does in fact live on 13, goes for a U-turn, goes right on into Terrakion, as he switches right into Rotom Wash, and a close combat does do a lot of damage. And Terrakion, I believe, is just going to clean up because of the choice. Goes right back into Kyurem, and a close combat takes him out. Alright, so that was all 5 matchups. Team I Don't Know Ask Dark 1-4-0. So let's check out the next week matchup. That's right here, in case you guys can't see it. Week 2, where Team Eon faces against the Buffalo Wild Chargers. Team Build-Up takes on the Ultra Beasts. Team I Don't Know Ask Dark takes on the Trenth Dragonites. Team Speed Boost takes on the Sundance Kids. Team Nido Kings and Queens will take on the 64ers. Now let's check out the standings real quick. If it wants to load, there we are. And we have the Dragonites, the Ultra Beasts, I Don't Know Ask Dark, Team Eon, and the Sundance Kids all winning 1-0. 64ers, Team Build-Up, Speed Boost, the Buffalo Wild Chargers, and the Nido Queens and Kings all losing their matchups, all in order of the greatest loss to the worst loss, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So far, if the playoffs ended today, these 4 teams would be making playoffs. In the orange, the Dragonites, Ultra Beasts, I Don't Know Ask Dark, and Team Eon. Let's go to the power rankings real quick. I'm going to be completely honest. I was a little lazy, so I just copied the standings, see, right there, and put them into here. Next week, I promise I will be more like in depth with everything, more creative on why such teams should go where. So look forward to that next time on the power rankings. But I'm just gonna do a run through Dragon Knights, Ultra Beast, I don't know S Dark, Team Neon, Sundance Kids, 64s, Team Build Up, Team Speed Boost, the Buffalo Wild Chargers, and the Nido Queens and Kings. Let's go to the league leaders now. I have 3 topics right now: offensive league leaders, defensive leader, and the kill death ratio. Let's start with the least exciting, the kill death ratio. As you can see, 3 Mons got 3 kills: Neolego, Garchomp, Tapu Koko, and Terrakion. And none of them have died, so that's why they're on top. Hariyama and Scrafty have 2, and then the rest have 1. There are some other Mons that have 1, but they just did not make the cut because I've seen these ones first. That's all. That's really it. So far their kill death ratio is 3, 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Yeah, basically. So let's go to the defensive leaders, number of deaths and the number of battles. I just found 10 Mons that did not die in their battle. This is going to go up. So yeah, that's basically it. The leaders are this first week are not very exciting at all, but now we're gonna go to, actually, why did I do Chandelure? Give me a second. Shaman. No, but there is something that was 1-0. I can't change it because I already. Okay, so ignore Chandelure because that should not be there because there's probably something else that's 1 kill and no deaths, which deserves to be there, but whatever. So we have Neolego, Garchomp, Koko, and Terrakion all getting 3 kills. Hariyama, Scrafty, Thundurus all getting 2 kills, no deaths. Donphan and Crook both have 2 kills and 1 death, make them +1. And Chandelure is there, should not be, but we're gonna let it slide this 1 week. 1 kill, 1 death, and a 0 for team build up. And as you can see, the Ultra Beast and I don't know, S Dark and the Dragon Knights taking over the offensive league leaders. That will do it for week 1. Look forward to the update video week 2 sometime next week. Hopefully I record, I don't know when, but we'll figure it out. Thank you guys for watching, and you guys all have a good one.